Welcome to Your Body Business. I am so excited to help mentor you through the early days and beyond to achieve the goals that you set for yourself. Now, firstly, be aware of the type of business partner that you want to be. You may be here just for the partner discount. You get 20% on all our products. It's great saving. You might be here to build just a small amount of supplemental income a month. You might just be looking for sort of 300 to 500 extra a month. Or you might be thinking, no, I'm going to go all in and I want to create significant income to create that time and income flexibility for yourself and also for your family. Just know that everything is achievable. And it might be that your goals change as you go over as well. It might be that you want to join for the discount and then you just see the potential and you think, you fall in love with the products, you fall in love with the workouts, the entire system, and you think, no, I'm actually going to go all in. Whatever your fancy, this allows you to achieve that. So I'm just going to go over a few introductory things that are important for you to be aware of in the early days, and also just share a little bit about the Boards app, which is where the vast majority of our training actually takes place. We used to have we still do have a very large and overgrown Facebook group, and I am reluctant to send that link out to newer recruits anymore, purely because it's not that I don't want you in there. It's because there's a lot of old, outdated training. Social media changes so much. And if you're anything like me, you have a tendency to go in and think, there's something there to learn. And then you learn, and then you learn, and then you learn, and you never take action. And then also, if you're learning some of the stuff that's outdated, then that can harm your business. So it's not the fact that I don't want you in our team page. It's the fact that I'm probably going to create a smaller newer team page so that we can be updated, and it might be something that we change actually every year just to make sure that we get rid of the old stuff and then we create the new stuff. So the vast majority of your training is going to take place on our one-to-one calls and also the Boards app. The Boards app is very much limited to a very small percentage of our partners who have said yes, they want to build a business, and yes, they want to earn an income. I am done with the huge groups of people that just say yeah and then they don't do anything. So the people that I know who are in our Boards app are very strategic. We're all building our businesses. So it's you're in an elite club of people. It is training from myself. It's training from global experts in their field. It's training from elite leaders. So you've got access to some really, really great resources. So have faith in them. Nothing in there is shabby or wishy-washy or is not going to work. I think the business is ever so easy to do, but it's really easy not to do as well. In its simplest form, it is following the business activity tracker. It is doing your daily income producing activities. And those consist of connecting with new people on social media and further building that relationship, then coming to an invite at some point of those people that are engaging back on your stuff, or people that you know already that would specifically benefit from what you offer, and then eventually building your team. Now, when I joined, I absolutely wanted to build a team straight off. So I started recruiting to my team immediately. And that is the way that if you want to earn big income, that is the way that you will earn the largest amount of money in the quickest way possible, because then all of a sudden you're not just working, you're not an island. And it's lovely when you're running along with other partners who actually also want to build a team too. It's quite soul destroying when you have a team of people that actually are just dragging their feet or doing nothing. So, and it is a bit like overturning the stones on a beach. So you're going to overturn a lot of stones, and that will apply to customers as well as partners who join, who are good at all the words, but actually don't take the action. So I really want you to bulletproof your energy and your strategies so that you are not giving away too much of yourself, that you are supporting those that do want to run with the business, but also doing it in a very manageable and strategic way, because it's incredible the amount of people who do come on who then do nothing with it, and that is your time wasted. So while you are here to mentor, I really want you to understand, as far as bringing on customers as well, you are not their secretary, you're not their PA. It's up to your customers to plug into the nutritional systems. It's up to them to follow the workout programs. We're here to mentor them and support them and add them to either your own group or our team-led group, which I tend to run. And if you want to be an admin in that group and contribute to it, you're more than welcome to do it. Just send me a message. I'd love to get you added. And it'd be actually lovely to have other people to run it with who are active participants. The same applies to your team members. Google is there for us all to use. You can Google Beachbody or body, often the old Beachbody terms pop up more than body do still. I suppose it's just because of the history that it's been around, it's been under that name for so many years. Beachbody, how do I do so and so? Or Beachbody, where to find the digital business activity tracker? Beachbody, how do I do this? Get good at Googling. You will find a lot of the answers in our coach office or our partner office as well. But become very resourceful. I want you to become strategically good at getting organized. So when you see links, when you see documents that you think are useful, when I send information to you, when Body Corporate sends information to you, if you think it's got value either to you or a potential customer or a potential team member, save it. I collect everything in a Google Drive. A Google Drive is completely free. It helps you stay organized. It's a bit like, if you use Word, it's a bit like having folders and subfolders in Word. But with Google Drive, it's just dead easy. You can use links. It means that instead of working out how to share a document from Word with somebody, you have to send it by email, or it's just a real pain in the ass. Use Google Drive. You can make the document linkable, shareable, and then all you do is send that link, and you can then upload new versions of that document. So as things change, and you need to add new information, you can just upload a new version of it, but the link still stays the same. So everybody who had that original link, because you've just updated the original version, everything stays the same. So I would highly recommend, I wish somebody had said this to me in the early days, because I've learned by making up mistakes and wasting a lot of time. Google Drive will make your life really productive, and I will share in a minute in the boards app, but there are specific trainings to show you how to do the basics of the business using apps which just support us in our business, like Canva and YouTube, if you want to do YouTube, all that sort of stuff. So I will share that in a moment. So first of all, most importantly, just get organized. What is your partner ID? That will have come through in the welcome email from Body Corporate. Make sure you are reading the Body Corporate emails and also the emails that I send to you, because they have got important resources and information in there to help you drive your business forward. So make sure you know what your partner ID is. I have a list here of things I want to make sure that I stick to as well, so I'm not forgetting anything key for you. Let me just go into my checklist here. The boards app, I will share a link. If you've not already got access to the boards app, it might be that I've already shared it with you privately. If I have, great. If you've not and you're watching this and you're thinking, how do I even get into the boards app? Just send me a message and I will send you that link. Make sure that you have set up your EFT, which is your direct debit, in your Body website, in your corporate website. That means that you get paid by direct debit and they don't send you a check. That's really important. There are instructions in the first email that I send out to you. And I believe also that Body Corporate sends you an email with instructions on how to do that as well. Step 4 is make sure you have set up a free Gmail account, so that you can keep all your body related stuff separate to your other lifestyle stuff. So whatever you want to call it, it doesn't really matter. Mine is Kate Hartley UK, because that's what my profile is on Instagram, and also my Facebook page, my business page. So it could be your name fitness, your name, whatever you want it to be, but keep it simple. Don't have dots and dashes and underscores and things, because people never remember them. It could be the, so if your name is taken, it could be the Kate Hartley. That's what I've used on one of my email accounts, or the one and only. It's a bit long, but get yourself an email account set up, just so that you can have all your communications in one area. If you have given me a separate email already, there's maybe a Yahoo or Sky, whatever it might be, just let me have your updated Gmail account, and then I can make sure to adjust my emails to you as well, so that everything goes into that Gmail folder. It will make it much, much easier for you to stay on top of important communications. Step 5, commit to your workout program and your nutrition program. What workout program are you doing? Stay consistent with it as much as you can. Follow the calendar, because then you'll know that you're not overworking a particular body part, and take your rest days. Those are also important too. The nutritional programs, you've got 2B Mindset, you've got Portion Fix, you've got the 4-week gut protocol. They are all brilliant, depending on your method of eating, what your goals are. So if you are a little bit unsure, you can go into, when you go into the app or on your computer, go into nutrition, eating plans, and then it's got CV Mindset, Portion Fix, and 4-week gut protocol. Have a look at the information in there. They've all got like a teaser information to sort of give you a few minutes of what it's all about. Have a look at that, and that will help you decide which one you want to follow. They all work really, really well. The 4-week gut protocol is more of a gut healing system, and that is a very similar process to Portion Fix. So if you're familiar with Portion Fix, the 4-week gut protocol will be a dead cinch for you. I've also got a Trello board that I created when I did the 4-week gut protocol that has got loads of, I'm Plan B, and it's got 10 plus days of full meal plans if you wanted a copy of that. So you can always message me if you're doing 4-week gut protocol. I'll be happy to share that with you. Blah, 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 blah. Make sure you've joined our body confidence group. That is in the BODS app. There is in the email that I send to you, the first one, it shows you how to navigate the body app, but also how to find the BOD group. Also, as a quick note, if you're in our BOD group, please be a supportive community member. Don't just post your own workouts and then clear off, whether you have people in there or not who you're looking after. If you're in my group, I would really appreciate some support to everybody in the group. You don't have to spend hours in there, but just a few people regularly support on their posts. If you are adding your customers into our group, I will be supporting your customers too. It's a two-way street. I'm not here to be your secretary to support your people in the BOD group. And I know that sounds a bit harsh, but it is often what happens. So please make sure that you are being an active participant and just sharing a little bit of love. It doesn't have to be on all the posts. You don't need to go through everyone and comment on everyone's, but just, yeah, share a little bit of love daily. If you're posting in there, be a community member, please. Next is make sure that your social media is set up. Now, this is something I come across time and time again. You have access to the BODS app training, and there is a folder there called social media. Go through that social media training. There are so many partners that message me saying nobody's replying to my messages, and it's, I have a look at their social media, and you know, this is no judgment, but they've got nothing on their social media that would indicate they have anything to offer anyone. So make sure that you're setting up your social media correctly. Take time to do that. Social media is you turning the lights onto your business. If you're not posting on social media, the rest doesn't matter. You may as well just give up right now. You need to make sure that your Instagram bio and profile is set up correctly. There is a great resource that is in this webpage, but I will also be sending that to you in the email that you get from me after your Getting Started Right call. And just make sure you follow those steps. You can change your profile and your bio as time goes on. I change mine quite regularly, but just know that you need to be aware of who you are talking to and what are you talking about. So what is your niche? What's your micro niche? Just women in their 30s who like cats is not enough. It has to be, you know, I help women lose menopausal belly fat. The menopausal belly fat is a keyword search term as well. Be very aware of the words that you're using in your bio, because you don't put hashtags in. That's old news. We used to do that. We don't do it anymore. But you want to be thinking about keywords or key phrases that you can use in your bio that are searchable terms. You can do that by going into Google and type in belly fat loss tips, belly fat loss, menopause belly fat, menopause weight loss. In my instance, this is what I did, and see how many searches, because as you type those in, you'll see directly underneath the search bar, it'll say 3.6 million results in however many seconds it took to find the results. And some of those will be 17.6 million results. Some of them will be 358,000 results. So that gives you a good indication of which are the most searched for terms. So use the terms that are most searched for. It might be you're using home workouts, but at home workouts has a greater search term, or workouts at home has more people looking for it than at home workouts. So, you know, be really strategic about putting your bio together, because that will help more people who are in Instagram using it as a search engine. I want some belly fat loss tips. And then you might well be popping up in their explore page. So it's really important that you are cognizant of that. Make sure you are working your way through that social media folder. It takes you right from complete beginner through to super advanced. I would make sure you get up to level 3 as the basis. Level 3, that's pretty good. You'll be doing the right sort of things, and then 4, 5 beyond, you know, that sort of fine tuning stuff. Just know also that your feed posts, so on your grid, so either on your Facebook timeline or on your Instagram grid, the actual posts, those are how you will find new followers. Your stories only get pushed out to people who already follow you. So your posts need to be following this particular formula, which is called the BES, B-E-S, brand awareness, engagement, sales, post strategy. And you might be thinking, I might have completely lost you by now. Get the book Direct Sales Done Right. It's linked in our boards app. It's also linked in the getting the first email that I send to you. Highly recommend it. It's written by Katie Erster. She's a member of our team. She's brilliant. Known Katie before I even joined the business, and her strategy really, really works. And it's about having, you know, say in a space of say 7 days, you know, general week, you would probably have 1 or 2 sales posts. So those have hard calls to action. So my group is start, or what's the benefit of your group? If you're struggling to lose belly fat, if you find that the midlife weight gain keeps rising up and you can't get into the comfy summer trousers, summer shorts you bought last year, and you're even afraid to go on the beach in a bikini these days, then maybe you want to consider joining my upcoming group that starts on such and such a date, and this is what we're going to be targeting, and message me July or summer or whatever it might be to get more details. That is a sales post. A brand awareness post is more like, oh, here are 3 tips to help you get rid of belly fat loss, or to help you get rid of belly fat. Here are 3 tips to help you sleep better. Here are 4 tips to da-da-da-da-da, whatever it might be. Or I wish I'd known this sooner. You know, and you just give information, you share information. It's important also that I'm going a bit detailed now with social media, but I think these key concepts are very important that you're aware of, and I hope you're noting them down as we go. It's also in your social media boards app training, but have a call to action. Have a hook, a scroll stopping hook, because social media is massive these days, and you need a hook that's ideally on your post or your reel, at the front of your reel, so people see it as they're on your feed, that makes them think, oh yeah, I actually want to watch that, or I need to know what she's about to share. So don't just put up a photo. And please also do not share brand images of your Shakeology pack or the Total Solution pack image. People, they'll just run a mile if they see that sort of stuff. And there is no value that you're delivering. It's just like, oh, okay, well, so what? Always think, what are you trying to achieve with each post? It's about what you can offer them, not about you. So while you may have lost 60 pounds following Portion Fix, doing 21-day fix program, that's great. That in and of itself is an enormous achievement, but how can that help somebody else? So yes, your post will probably get some support by people going, yay, well done for you. And they're all thinking, well, I wish that would help with me. But how can you turn your experience into something to help somebody else? And you're always thinking about that. People don't care about, honestly, they don't care about what you really. You will gain a few super fans, and you will make some amazing friendships doing this as well. You will meet the right people on social media, but the vast majority just want to know what they can get out of what you're sharing. And by sharing those brand awareness posts, so you're not necessarily having a call to action at the end of it. Some of them you will, but the large part of them are just, you're just sharing information. And we're almost moving away from the love heart. If you found this helpful, share if you found this helpful. You'll see in some of the training, it does say that. And I think occasionally you should, but I've in the Instagram between the lines at the moment, don't have all of your posts with save if you to do this, save so you remember this for a rainy day. Just share your information and just make it a loving ending. Hope you have a fabulous week ahead. Just make it a really nice ending, but make sure you've got the hook at the beginning. So your 4 tips to doody. I wish I'd known this sooner. This is an unconventional approach. Unpopular opinion is a popular way of doing it. So make sure that you've got that text on the front of your post and your reel so that people can see it too. If it's all the fine squirrely writing, people cannot read that. They don't want to bother looking at it closely. They want something that's in their face, maybe even a bit ugly, but at least they know what they're getting. And then once they start to watch the post or the reel, that then vanishes. And then you can, and there's, You will learn how to make your own posts and reels in that social media training. But those are key elements of social media that you do need to be aware of. And then your engagement posts, those help get more eyes on your feed. So your brand awareness will to a degree. And yes, we're still using a few hashtags. You don't need too many, around about 8, between 6 and 8, whatever are specifically relevant to that post. Because people do search for hashtags still, but they don't have the power that they used to have. It's more keywords now. But your engagement is things like controversial opinions. I shared one on my Instagram not long ago, and there were some very strong belief systems on it. The vast majority are thinking the same way as I'm thinking, but there were some that have very strong opinions in the opposite direction. So if you're putting out something that might be polarizing or controversial, be thick-skinned about it, because you will get the crowd, or some of the crowd, that are completely anti that. Social media, you get the real keyboard warriors. So if you're going to put something out like that, know that you might need a thick skin, and it doesn't define your worth, but it will also increase engagement, because the more people start to comment on it, you'll have the support, the people who support your philosophy also backing you up in the comments. So that sort of thing tends to gain traction a bit like a giant. And you want to keep sort of popping back to that post, even if it's a bit scary occasionally to do it, to see what the other negative comments might be, because it's just your opinion. That's all it is. And your opinion, you're entitled to your opinion, and so are they. I always, if somebody comes back at me with a strong anti-negative message to mine, I say you're entitled to your opinion. And sometimes I will explain my post in more detail. I don't feel like I have to defend myself. I will be explaining it with facts, and also maybe quotes, or quotes from people that I've worked with that dispute their sort of opinion too. So just be mindful of that. You can be very safe and just share things like beautiful quotes that are really inspiring, that invoke people to, encourage people just to share. It's just, just lovely quotes. And when you're coming across stuff like that on social media, make a collection. This is not social media training as well, but you can make little Instagram collections. So you use the bookmark underneath the post. So if you see a quote on Instagram and you think, oh, I love that, there's a little bookmark under the bottom right of that. Click that bookmark and you can create a collection that says quotes, and save it as quotes, so that when you're ready to do an engagement post, you can pop into Canva and you can pretty much replicate that quote. You might even use it word for word, because most of the quotes that are out there have been used thousands of times before already. And then you might even just have a really short caption, or you might just say, love heart if this resonates, or share with somebody who you love, or something like that, depending on whatever that quote is. Recipes are really good for interaction as well, also engagement, especially healthy desserts. They are massive. We have team members that are making an absolute killing, and all they do is share healthy desserts, and that's how they lead with the nutrition rather than the workouts or the sort of platform in general. So going back to your micro niche, what is your micro niche? In the olden days, we used to say you need 5 pillars. You will still hear some partners say, even today, think about your 5 pillars. That is wrong. It is the micro niche. You need to be diving into one specific aspect, and then you can have like 5 sub aspects around that. So belly fat, for me, my main one is menopause belly fat, but eat more protein. Focus on building lean muscle, not worrying about the scale so much. Make sure you're managing your stress effectively. Those sorts of things are all related directly to belly fat, menopause belly fat, but they're not other niches. That they're not like, oh, in the olden days, oh, I'm a nature lover, I'm a freedom seeker, I love healthy food. And it's not like that now. We have to be very, very niched down, and it's much more difficult to get a following these days, but that is good, because the people who do follow you are the ones who've looked at your social media because you're posting about the stuff that might be relevant to them. And in your bio, you've got those keywords. So they're either going to look at it and think, oh no, I don't want that, so they won't bother following, or they'll follow and think, oh my gosh, yeah, I actually need some information with that. I need some help on that particular topic. And that is why your social media is absolute key to your success. Your social media is the foundation of everything. And if you don't like the idea of posting on social media, get over that fast. None of us did. I was terrified when I first started, and I know I'm not the only one who was. And I used to hate video. The thought of doing a video was just like, oh God, no, it was awful. And eventually I leaned into it, and now it's one of my favorite mediums of communicating. It's also one of the most effective because people see you as you are. They see your cock-ups, they see your facial expressions, they see how you move, they get your silly jokes, you know, it's the whole package. So video, if you can get into that eventually, you might want to dive into it right away, and I highly recommend you do. And the first few videos will probably not be as effective as the videos down the years, but we all have to start somewhere and just practice. One thing that I do is, oh, I think my phone's charging. When I'm doing like maybe a factual face to camera video and it's got lots of bullet points or lots of information, I just record it. I leave the ers and the rs in. I normally have bullet points so I can see what am I talking about. And then I talk back to the camera again. And then I put it into, I save it. I download that video from Instagram on my phone, save it to my camera roll, and then I upload it in either CapCut or InShot, which are free video editing apps. And I just splice out the ums and the ahs and me looking away. And then it's quite good. You want it catchy. You don't want it, good morning, everyone. Oh, well, today thought I might have a coffee. And then people have scrolled past because it's boring. They don't care. Talk to the one person. Have in your mind, who is she? Mine's called Lulu. She's funny, she's funky, she's a little bit naughty, she's a bit mischievous. She loves living her life. She's a bit adventurous. That's Lulu. In my mind, when I'm talking to the camera, I'm talking to Lulu. And you don't want to be going, hey, everyone, hey, guys, I just wanted to pop on and say, you can always start, if you find it easier to start your video like that, start it because it just gets you talking, but then cut that bit off when you're actually editing it in InShot or CapCut. And then, so you've not got all that stuff. You need to get directly in. And in fact, my Menopause Mondays, I've literally just stopped saying, hey, Meno Warriors, welcome to my Menopause Monday. I actually start directly with the title. Today, 4 tips to lose belly fat fast. Hey, Meno Warriors, welcome back to my channel. And that's how I start. So people right at the beginning know exactly what they're getting. So be really mindful of people are very short on time, and you need to catch their attention. You've got something like 1.3 seconds to catch their attention. So you need that hook, or you need that verbal thing to actually make the, oh yeah, I'm quite interested in that. So going back to the best, brand awareness, engagement, sales, around about 2 sales posts in a 7-day period, probably 3 or 4 brand awareness and 1 or 2 engagement posts. When I'm coming out with a hard call to action sales post, I will often have an engagement post either before or after it. So if the hard sales call to action sales post is in the afternoon, I'll probably preempt the day with an engagement post, or vice versa. That polarizing post I put out not long ago, I did that, I think, before I put out a hard call to action for my challenge group, for my body confidence group this last month. And it's still gaining traction, it's still gaining more comments, but that will bring more eyes to my account. And some of my follower count has also gone up the last few days because it's bringing more people to my account. So you might find that quote is now on the explore page. So I'm likely to get some more kickback against it, and I'm likely to get more support on it as well. So just beware if you're putting out something that's a bit controversial. It's a great way of growing your following. And I also think it's a great way of drawing your line in the sand, because there's a lot of grey beige people out there. Be edgy, be you, just be authentically you, but be thick-skinned if you do put out a post that's likely to be polarizing. So I've talked about social media in quite a lot of detail there. Go into that social media folder. There is loads of information there. Do not get lost in it. When you do this business, it's so important to learn and take action, and learn and take action, like rowing a boat. Because if you keep learning, you'll just go around in circles. If you keep taking action without actually any learning, you're going to go around in circles. So you have to be so disciplined. On a daily basis, focus on your income producing activities first and foremost. That's that business activity tracker. Make sure you are doing that. Some days you won't get all the bits done on it. So on the next day, start on the bits that you didn't get done the day before. Before you start answering people's messages, before you start helping people find information that they could probably find themselves, focus on your business first, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, if you don't focus on your income producing activities, you will not be building a business. If you only have an hour a day, just focus on your income producing activities. People can find resources themselves eventually, or they can contact customer relations, which are really useful. Next is, so depending on what your social media looks like right now, if you are absolutely brand new to social media, I would highly recommend you get 9 to 12 posts on your feed that are niche specific. So get your profile and your bio sorted out immediately. Do that within the next 24 hours, set it in your schedule, set it in your diary, have that done. So it won't take you long. If you're really struggling with ideas, you can use ChatGPT. It's artificial intelligence. It's free. I think it's chatgpt.ai.com. I'm not entirely sure. Let me have a quick look on the browser for it. Oh, chatgpt.com. Just download that or open up that free app, and you can say to it, I want to write these sorts of posts for this type of audience. Please ask me questions that I can answer for you to better understand what I need to achieve in order to create a scroll stopping or Instagram binge worthy bio and profile, and see what it comes up with, because it will help you come up with suggestions that you may not have thought of. ChatGPT is brilliant if you're struggling with content ideas. It will help you find inspirational quotes. I wouldn't use it all the time. You see some partners, or anyone out there on social media, you see that's definitely a ChatGPT post. They tend to have a certain flavor about them. But if you're really struggling, it can give you really good ideas for prompts that you can then furnish a post around. Just on caption length, so that's how long is your post, the written bit. I would do a mixture. So I tend to be quite verbal, as you can tell, verbose, so my captions tend to be longer, and some of my reels are long. They're 1.5, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The sweet spot, I think, is an 8-second reel and a shortish caption with a call to action. But you need to mix it up. See what your audience likes. Because I'm very verbose, my audience tends to be as well. Because I love words, my audience tends to like words. So you will find what works best for you. But just be willing to try a few things and see how you get on with them. Don't use silly filters, stupid Snapchat filters with ears and funny noses. Just be really authentically you. And yeah, just have fun with it. So next is, once you've furnished your post, once your social media has got 8 to 12 or 9 to 12 posts, which basically means that when somebody looks at your Instagram account, what they see is all niche related stuff. If they scroll down, of course, they're going to see the older stuff, but you just want them to be faced with, oh yes, oh yeah, that was quite good. I quite like that. Okay. Then you want to write your launch post. Your launch post is your draw your line in the sand post. If you've not written your launch post yet, even if you've been sort of pottering around with this for a while, write your launch post, get your lights turned on in your shop. There are links, the checklist that you have in your second email that comes from me, and it's also in this Boards app that links to launch post ideas, so you can use those to and let me see your launch post before you put it out there to the big wide world, so I can just give you a few tips on it just in case, or just give you the thumbs up, say yeah, it's absolutely fantastic, and get it out there, and then let me know when you've done it so I can give you some love on that launch post as well. Write a list of 25 to 50 people. When I was first asked to do this, it's just like, I'm not writing a list. I don't even know for 25 to 50 people that I could possibly invite. And you have to consider what your goals are. So when I first started this, I grew my business slowly and methodically. But if you say to me, I want to be earning 6 figures in 10 months, then you will need ideally to be messaging or connecting. It's not messaging yet, it's connecting with your warm market. So people who you know vaguely well, people who've been following you for a while, who just like following along on your stuff. That is your warm market. And you will be able to bring those people on into your world a lot easier than people who you've not yet met, which is your cold market. So I would write a list of 25 to 50 people, just brainstorm names that you know. And then there are a few tips in this checklist about how to write a list. And those are just around demographics. So do they need what we have? Yes. Okay, great. Do they have a certain income availability? Yes, great. If they don't, you probably don't want to be inviting them first, although they might be interested in learning about the business potential of it. So, you probably want a list for your business prospects and a list for your customer prospects, okay? It's amazing how many people you do know. You could go through your Facebook friends list, go through your Instagram profile list, go through your phone book. Who do you know who you think would benefit from what we have to offer? And I think as soon as you start doing this, you're already thinking, oh my God, that means I've got to sell to them. Everything that we do in life has a price. You don't go to the supermarket and get given stuff. But if you watch a film that you've paid to, either watch it on Netflix or you're lucky enough that it pops up on TV rarely, or you've been to see it at the cinema, or you found this new face cream or this facial treatment and you said to your friend, oh my God, you've got to try this face cream because it's brilliant. It nourishes your skin. I have noticed a significant reduction in my wrinkles. Because you don't sell that face cream, you're not going to have a problem at all sending them to the company that sells that face cream, because you know it works and it worked really well on you and you're really happy to share some vital information with your friend. But now in your mind, because you've got something to sell, which is a life-changing platform of workouts and nutrition and mindset, you're thinking, oh no, I can't possibly, because I stand to make a commission of it. But what we have, you have to reframe it. Yes, you do, but this is your business. You actually want to be making a commission on it at the same time as really helping the people that you want to help. The amount of people that say they want to join and make a big income, and then it's this that makes them stop. They cannot bring themselves to offer what we have to people because they're afraid that they're going to be found to be salesy. But you're not. You're just sharing something that's working really, really well for you. In the large part of instances, people that you see regularly, they're going to notice a difference in you, and they're going to ask naturally anyways. It's like, what are you doing? You're so confident, your skin's glowing, you've lost weight, you're looking firmer. What is it? What are you doing? And so then you can obviously say what you're doing. And I would also say at that time, would you like me to share some more information with you? I think it's fabulous. But you have to overcome that initial resistance that you may not have. But I know a lot of people do, where they're thinking, oh my God, no, I know it could save her life, but I don't really want to offer it because I might make some commission on it. That's just so stupid. Get that out of your mind. Don't lead with the fact that you might be getting a commission on it. Lead with the fact that you have something that can be life-changing for that individual. That's the way you need to think about it. Because at the end of the day, everything has a price. Unfortunately, very little is free these days. And if it can change their life like our system can, well, there is nothing. How could they possibly? In fact, I would be more offended by somebody not offering this to me if they knew that I needed it and it would help me. I think I'd actually get really pissed off if I was in a situation where I was struggling with the weight gain that I couldn't get rid of. I was struggling to make enough money. And then I knew you were sat here on this little nest egg, just deciding that your ego was too great and important to you to actually invite me to learn something that would make a significant difference in my life. That would piss me off way more. So look at it from that point of view, rather than you worrying about what somebody might think about you. Okay. So that list, it really is, it's a memory jogger. It's to help you think, okay, yeah, I do know somebody. And even if you don't want to directly invite them yet, or you've not been in touch with them for a while, when you start to engage on their stuff, so whether that's on Facebook or Instagram, the algorithm picks that up. So the algorithm thinks, she's engaging on her stuff now. So I will put her stuff in her feed. So now you're both seeing each other's feeds popping up in your feed. And so naturally, it's just like doing a tap on somebody's shoulder without actually tapping on their shoulder, because the algorithm's doing it for you. That's why that first part of the connecting when you're doing your income producing activities, that connecting part is so important, because that's when the algorithm's seeing that connection between you. That's when you're essentially forming a relationship with that individual. 1 in 10 people will actually want what you're offering. The vast majority won't. So don't feel that everybody that you connect with is suddenly going to become a customer or a partner, because that's not how it works. We do work on the 1 in 10 ratio. Just to be realistic, as you progress with time, that ratio is likely to come down. But in the early days, base it on 1 in 10, and you're looking at a 3-month lead. So the people that you're connecting with now, 90 days down the line, those are the ones who are likely to be joining. So the first 3 months are always going to be a bit sluggish, and it's up to you to keep pumping that well to get the momentum up, to get the water flowing out nicely, so that you can back off the pumping a bit. It becomes a lot easier, and that's when you hit that 3-month mark, if you've been doing those income producing activities consistently. A lot of people say to me, oh, but it's not working. And I say, well, show me your tracker. And they haven't been tracking, and they haven't been doing their income producing activities. If you don't do your income producing activities, which are so simple to do, you will not have a business. I cannot stress that enough. And it's so easy to think, oh, I'll do them tomorrow. And then you think, I'll do them tomorrow. And it never gets done. This is like this block that I think people have, because it's on a tracker, and it's grunt work. It's a bit boring. But once you get into the flow of it, actually put some music on, listen to YouTube, put whatever you like, put some music on in the background, and just sit there quietly, get your favorite cup of whatever you like drinking, and just sit down for an hour, follow the business activity track. You will feel so accomplished once you've done it. And once you form that habit, like brushing your teeth, it's just something that you will start to do. But in the earlier days, while you build that consistency muscle, I know people who say to me, oh, it doesn't work. And they didn't even do their tracker consistently for 7 days. They didn't even do it consistently for 3 days. So how on earth can they expect the miracle to happen? The only way you will make money is by doing your business activity tracker and focusing on your income producing activities. So I hope I've stressed that enough. Next is commit to posting as often as you can, ideally daily, because you want stuff to be showing up regularly. If you are really focused on building your business fast, I would even go as far as to say have a couple of days a week when you post twice a day. That can be an engagement post. It can be a quick quote that you share. That's dead easy. And maybe something that's more of a brand awareness post or a sales post, probably more of a brand awareness post, particularly in the early days. You don't want too many sales posts going up, maybe just 1 a week in the early days. And then a lot of it is just educational and informational or entertaining. People love funny stuff as well. So if you've got something that can, make people laugh, funny memes, they're great for engagement as well. Those often perform very well, but so long as they are related to your specific niche. So if you can be a collector of funny memes, you will actually get really great engagement, and that will help you build your following more quickly. You also build your following by following other accounts. So I tend to go onto a large account of somebody in my niche, or somebody that I just like. I love Goldie Hawn, so often I follow quite a lot of the people that are commenting on her posts. She's got a very engaged following, of course. And so, the people, they're a large part, they're a little bit older than my typical demographic, but they're quite punchy people. They're like my Lulu avatar. And so I like Pink as well. I love Pink. So I follow some of her followers. Get creative. Don't just follow people, that live in your village, or go to the boutique that you shop at. Try and think, well, who are the big influencers that you enjoy following? And then go into a post that they might have posted a couple of weeks back and see who's commenting on their post. And then if you can, have a look. What does their little profile photo look like? If they look like a nice person, even if they're a private account, I follow them. But be careful in the earlier days, because you won't be able to follow more than about 10 people before Instagram thinks, that's spammy, block. So ideally, if they're just private accounts, just follow 3, 4 every sort of 10 minutes or so. But ideally, you want to be finding accounts that aren't private too. So if they're public, I always go onto their account and I will have a look at their stories. If they've got any stories up, I'll try and interact on those stories. I'll see if they've got a couple of feed posts that I like, that are recent ones that I can comment on as well, or just like. And if I really like the look of them, I put them into a collection. So I have a customer prospects collection, and I have a business prospects collection in my Instagram as well. So I can just easily go back to them and connect with them and try and build that relationship with them. If I have somebody who follows me for new and I've not followed them before, I have a new follower collection as well. It just helps me work out who have I followed and added and who is a new follower to me, so that they're a slightly different demographic. A new follower to me means that I could probably say, oh yeah, what brought you to my feed? How can I help you? I can be a bit more proactive with that because they've chosen to follow me, because my profile is set up so they know what they're getting. If I followed them and then they follow me back, that's slightly different. They might be just following me back because I followed them, and some people do still do that. Eventually, I still will invite them, but I will build that relationship first. But I just know the category of people that I'm dealing with. So I would make a new follower collection on your Instagram. I would have a customer prospects collection, which is people that you followed that have got a public account that you can note in there, and also a business prospects account. I come across people on social media that I think, oh, they would make a great partner. I just add them to that business prospects account, and I will relationship build a short while, and then I will invite them, because I think the business for me is what I love, and I don't need to pussyfoot around too much. Most people will say no to begin with, so be aware of that. But most people, that no is a not right now, so don't dismiss them. Some people might be rude. If they are, just unfollow them. Doesn't matter. Just get them off out of your world. That's very, very rare that happens. But if it does, just get rid of. But most people I will continue to engage with. And when they see me, if I'm engaging on their stuff, they'll be seeing some of my stuff popping up when I'm talking about the benefits of the business and how exciting it is and how it's helped my life and the lives of people that I work with. And they might be thinking, maybe I should learn a bit more. So that's why it's so important that you stay actively following, connecting on their accounts every now and again, that your stuff also pops up. And then if you see them showing up in your stories, or indeed liking or engaging on your posts, that is when you're going to send them an invite. Hey, I saw you show up on my stories this last week. Did you want any more information on the group I'm talking about? Or, whatever you're talking about. Hey, thanks for dropping a comment beneath my recent reel. Did you want more information on the group I'm running in such and such a month? Or, thanks so much for the support. They just hearted it. Thanks so much for the support that you gave me on my post about the whatever it was. Did you want more information? That's it. It's not like, oh, tell them all the details. You're just asking, did they want more information? And if they say yes, follow the scripts that you get access to. But essentially, your next question is, what are your goals that you have for yourself? Are you dealing with any struggles right now? And then you know whether you have something that will help them, okay? So don't just go in with all the details. You need to have that conversation with them first. What else? Yeah, get the direct sales done right book. That's step 10. 11 is the business activity tracker. If you want to, I'm not going to read through them all because I won't have time, but if you want to share a screenshot of your business activity tracker with me daily, you're more than welcome to. It might just help to keep you accountable. I know the pressure if you're doing that. Sometimes we run push groups and we require that everybody sends in their trackers, just a screenshot of it. And it really does make you do the work. So if that would help you, then you can by all means do that. And then the final step is get the 3 people started. Aim to bring on 3 customers this month, or 3 business partners this month, whoever it is. Aim to bring on 3, because then that gets your total solution pack completely paid for. It gives you a small amount of profit, and that residual income will start to build. It means that you're seeing success immediately in your business. It also means that you're hitting Success Club. Success Club is what I will dive into more in our next call and our next email. But I just wanted to give you a good overview of the essentials of running this business successfully. Everything starts with your mindset. I really want you to have a big vision for where you want your business to be leading you within 12 months and within 3 years. And before you start your work every day, just spend 2 or 3 minutes really experiencing that vision. Because on those days when you don't feel like it, and we all have them, it will help give you that discipline to be consistent in your income producing activities. There I go again. You have to do your income producing activities. Follow that business activity tracker. There's the digital version in the Coach Office. It also comes with additional training. Make sure that you're going through web page 1, 2, and 3 of this boards app, which will give you a good overview of everything that you need to do in order to run a successful business. So this is my sort of welcome email. I'm now going to end this, and then, because I appreciate this has gone on a long time, I'm then going to follow on with a second email, which is just going to give you a quick overview of the boards app and how to navigate that. So make sure you have a look at that as your next thing to do. If you've got any questions, I'm here to help you. I'm not here to pull you or push you. I will not be a helicopter mentor to you. This is your business. I expect you to run it like your business. I am not your secretary. And I say that with all the love, because you will bring on partners and customers who treat you as though you are their secretary. You're not. That we are all quite capable of saving important links and downloading important resources and treating this like the business that it is. So get really organized. I cannot stress that enough. Just get organized. And if, there are things that you will lose and there are links that you won't find. And in that instance, if you've had a look and you cannot find them, please message me. But remember, Google can be your best friend. And I just want to reiterate it from my point of view, but also from your own time perspective. When you start to build a team, when you've got a lot of people, when you've got a lot of customers, and if all of them or most of them have a little question every day, your entire day or a large part of your day can be taken up running around for people when they could easily find these things themselves. So just be mindful of your time, be really strategic on your time management. I would get a time blocker. I use a daily time blocker. One I've got at the moment is this that I got off Amazon. I'm still populating it. I'll drop a link anyway in the email that comes out with this or the next one, so that you've got access to that. Get really good at, first of all, prioritizing your own time. So if you've got kids, if they've got clubs that they need to be at, have you got meetings that you need to be at, have you got a 9-to-5 job, have you got an 8-till-8 job, block that time off. If you have a lunch hour where you might be able to do 10, 15, 30 minutes of work on this business, block that off. Make sure maybe if you've got 30 minutes, you can do 15 minutes of new follows and 15 minutes of connections. And then later in the day, block off another half hour where you can do 15 minutes of invites. And then after you've done your invites, you will then need to be doing follow-ups eventually. But if you're brand new to the business, you're not really in the follow-up mode yet. Follow-ups will come, after you've been having a few conversations with people, okay? Make sure you have a look at the Boards App training next. It's going to be a very quick one. It'll be a very fast overview, and just so that you've got a sort of a bird's eye approach to it. Any questions, so long as you've checked them out for yourself before, then get back to me. But just know you are sitting on an absolute gold mine. You have so much potential in this business. I'm very excited for where you take it, and let's build businesses together. Speak to you soon.